awareness in general, is that I think albinism carried with it, I don't know if I can say, a class-related issue. So people never expected people with albinism to be in high positions because generally we were going through social exclusion, you know, we had issues that of disability, so you can't finish school, or some schools that you're going to do not equip you properly for you to be able to go into the job market, or even in the job market you're not really received that well, or so there were all of these issues, and you found that a lot of the times people with albinism were in economically vulnerable situations. When that changed, I remember that I don't know how many times I've heard it from a deputy minister, I've heard it from producers, where people would tell me how lucky I am that I had an education, or how lucky I am that I can travel, or, it was like, when people wanted me to do something, they always reminded me of my position, like, you are so lucky that you had an education, so how can you refuse to do ABCD? Just an education. You are lucky that you even became a prosecutor. I've literally had that. Some of it is on record, and I think it's because there was a level of class issue related to the oppression and the discrimination of people with albinism. It was the result of the oppression and the discrimination. So now when you move up, there was something that made it confrontational, even to our own people, But I think that with time, and this is the thing, is that things generally change when you have critical mass. So the more people you have in a certain situation, while there's still a minority, if you still have, for instance, just going back to women, if you have women who are not that many women in STEM, there's going to be this level of hostility that just is going to be imposed on their beings. So every time you go to work, you know that you're being questioned. Are you able to do this? Are you able to be a scientist? But the more critical mass you have, the more that perception changes. So I think this is the thing with albinism, even in media. How I started in media in 2012, the narrative and the perceptions have definitely changed right now in 2023, because you also have critical mass. You're having enough people with albinism pop up in different spaces for us to have broader conversations and narratives than what I was experiencing in 2012.
Oh man, I must say you're really a constant champion for matters of self-love.
Thank you.
and self-acceptance, which is very important in so many challenges that we actually